Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back. I'm going to go over your final module. We made it to the end of the course, so we're going to be starting our big research paper unit, and we'll be working on some preliminary assignments this week. Hope you're not getting too stir crazy wherever you are. I'll introduce you to my new little TA here. This is James. So we're doing well, operating on like 3 hours of sleep a night, but other than that, it's great. So this week, I'm going to open up just week 12 so that you can focus on the first assignments and not work too far ahead in this module. So you do want to go step by step, but what we're doing is a problem and solution research paper. So go ahead and click with me on your overview, and we'll talk about what that looks like. Okay, so this is your final paper. Its components and the final draft itself are worth more than all of your other essays have been. So you want to be sure that you're doing a good job and showcasing your best writing. This is your chance to show me everything that you've learned so far in the course, including research, writing with sources, all of the language suggestions, everything. And the deal is, if you get a C or higher on the paper, regardless of your current grade in the course, you will at least pass. So there's that caveat for those who need it. Most of you are doing way better than that. Your topic for your paper is up to you, as most of the other essays have been, but it does have to be a problem and a solution structure. So what we're essentially looking at is how to write about causes and effects of a thing, something that you have to do in career and in other disciplines of writing. So you want to pick a problem that has clear effects and clear causes. If you want to sort out any one of the number of current massive problems in the news, that would be a good place to start. You can write about economy, you can write about unemployment, you can write about health concerns. If you'd rather write about something else, get your mind off of all of that, I understand, but there's plenty of fodder in current events to work with. So what you're going to be doing this week is writing an annotated bibliography. Okay, so this takes a lot longer than a regular works cited. You are writing about each source that you're using. So you're going to have 100 words per source, and there's certain requirements for that. And you want to have 5 sources total. So don't leave that till Sunday evening at 10 p.m. because you will be sorry. It will take probably as long as an essay to write. And then your thesis statement. Okay, so there are some components for that, which I'll go over as well. But those are the 2 things you want to focus on for week 12. Obviously, you're going to be doing research, reading about your topic, thinking about your topic. It's something that can't really be done at the last minute. So I'm urging you, please start early, if at all possible, and get started on your research as soon as you can. Okay, so I won't read this overview for you, but basically it talks about what a research paper is. There is a rubric, and then there's a video guide on getting started on your research. My picture is like totally covering the next button there. Okay, there we go. And the discussion, just as you have in past modules, is designed to get you thinking about your topic. Okay, so what are some problems that need our attention now? I'd urge you, if you don't mind, not to do climate change just because I've read about 50 papers on climate change, and it's a huge problem, don't get me wrong. But if you can be a little bit more specific than that, I would appreciate it. I'm not going to say you can't do it. Think about problems that have clear causes. Think about problems that have effects for many people. You can click on this website for a list of kind of canned essay topics and tweak them to your liking, or you can come up with one that is completely your own. Okay, so what you're going to include in the discussion is a description of the problem, who's affected by it and how, and be sure it's not just a controversial issue. So for instance, like gun control, that's not a problem solution issue. Abortion is not a problem solution issue. Those are more argumentative. You want to take something that everybody is going to agree is a problem. It's not something that's two-sided. Okay, so make that distinction for yourself. And then you're going to respond as usual to your classmates. We are finally using the second textbook, They Say, I Say, which is what we'll use for the remainder of the course. So if you don't have it, I actually put a PDF copy in the student resources section of this, because I know it's not like you can just run to the bookstore now. So if you need the ebook, it is in student resources for you. You can just download the PDF. But we are reading chapters 1 through 3. It's a pretty small book, so that goes fairly quickly, but it's like the first third of the book. So be sure that you read the entire first section and take that quiz. For your annotated bibliography this week and for the paper in general, you're going to need 2 scholarly articles. So if you've never read a peer-reviewed journal and don't know what that is, you want to pay special attention to this page. Okay, it's defining what a scholarly article is, how you can tell. Okay, what we can use, in addition to the COS library, which I put up in a module on the course, is Google Scholar. Okay, so watch this video on what Google Scholar is. And you are welcome to use that. I actually prefer Google Scholar to the COS databases just because it's more user-friendly, but sometimes there's issues with accessing articles. So if you ever have an article that you want and you can't get, usually a quick email to the librarian, the library at COS. She's awesome and will find basically anything you need as long as you give her enough time. She can usually help you get that. So again, start early on your bibliography. This is detailing what an annotated bibliography is. So it's essentially a works cited page. You need all of those works cited entries. And then after each, you're going to write about 100 words of your own description. Okay, so here's a sample annotation for this article. Here's a sample annotation for this article. And then watch this video on how to write it, what you're going to include. Here's a page of sample annotated bibliographies. This is just the Purdue OWL online writing lab. You can find that on your own if you'd like. Okay, there's a quick video as well. So take a look at those and just be sure that you're reading some samples before you're trying to write your own, especially if you've never done one of these before, because they're a little bit tricky. Okay. So here's where you're going to actually write your annotated bibliography. There's a rubric for you. Okay, it's 50 points, so it's a lot more than just a works cited. And you want to find those 2 scholarly articles for full credit. Okay, breakdown of points for you. The other thing that we are doing is a thesis statement. It's super important that you take the time to write a good thesis, because if you don't, you oftentimes have to end up rewriting a paper after you've already started, which is no fun. Okay, so here's an example of what a thesis statement looks like. Here's a video on crafting a thesis. Please take a look at both of those in detail. This video is pretty informative in terms of how you write a thesis. And then finally, your problem solution thesis statement examples. Okay, so what we want is a thesis statement that is about a clear problem with effects and a proposed solution. So what I would do is simply follow the steps that I list for you on this page. Okay, so look at these thesis writing steps. This is where you're going to actually turn in your thesis statement in a discussion. Okay, so consider your problem. What are its most important or main effects? Okay, so how is it affecting people? Think of 2 or 3 of those. Make those into a sentence, and then consider causes and solutions and make those into a sentence. So how can you do that? There's an example thesis statement step by step for you, 1 through 7 there. Okay, so it's going to be a fairly long sentence, probably 2 sentences for your full thesis statement. But if you follow this format, you will get full credit. Okay, so I would recommend that for you. And then you're just going to paste, just like you would a regular discussion, you're going to just put your thesis and post it, and you'll get 20 points of credit, 15 for posting your own, and then 5 for responding to 2 people. Okay, so that is it. It seems like it's a light week, but again, the annotated bibliography takes a while to write, as does the research. So you want to be sure that you are devoting enough time to that. And take time to pick a topic. Don't just pick something because you think it'll be easy, because this is something you're going to have to be thinking about for the next 4 weeks, and I don't want you to be totally bored to tears by it. All right. Sorry for the distraction, but I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's staying healthy and happy and relatively sane. And I'm looking forward to reading what you write this week. I want to give a shout out to the ASC. They have live tutors. I'm going to send that out as an announcement, how you access those. You can get up to 10 points of extra credit on your writing assignments from now on. So for the annotated bibliography, if you go to the ASC and meet with a live tutor, and I'll email to verify that, but if you meet with the tutor and work on your annotated bibliography with them, or your outline, or your rough draft, I'll give you 10 points of extra credit for doing that. And you can just note that in the comments section of the assignment you work on with them. Basically, they're sitting there waiting for people to ask for tutoring, and people aren't taking advantage of it. So I want to encourage you to do that, because working one-on-one with a tutor is really the best thing you can do to improve your writing. Okay, thank you so much for your hard work. And again, if you're struggling at all, always feel free to reach out to me. You can text me, you can email me, and we will figure out a solution to whatever is going on. And I think that's about it. I'll be posting another video for week 13 next week, so just focus on week 12 now, and we'll move on step by step together. Thanks, and have a great one.